In 1558, England welcomed a new monarch, Queen Elizabeth I, the daughter of Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn. She inherited a kingdom fraught with challenges, political tension, religious division, and constant threats from more powerful neighbors. England was small, vulnerable, and viewed by Europe as weak, yet Elizabeth would become one of the most influential rulers in history. From the beginning, Elizabeth demonstrated intelligence, patience, and political skill. She faced constant pressure from those who questioned her legitimacy. Protestant England was surrounded by Catholic nations, and her own people had suffered under the religious turbulence of her predecessors. She quickly realized that ruling required not only strength, but also careful strategy and the ability to inspire loyalty. Elizabeth surrounded herself with capable advisors and carefully managed her court. She mastered the art of diplomacy while keeping her own independence. She often used her public image as a tool, appearing confident and composed, conveying authority even in times of crisis. This careful combination of intellect, charisma, and foresight allowed her to consolidate power in a world dominated by men. By the 1580s, tensions with Spain had escalated. King Philip II of Spain saw Elizabeth as a heretic and a threat to Catholic Europe. Spain's wealth, gained from colonies in the Americas, allowed it to build the most powerful navy the world had ever seen. Philip planned a massive invasion of England, intending to dethrone Elizabeth and restore Catholicism across the nation. In 1588, the Spanish Armada, consisting of more than 130 ships and tens of thousands of soldiers, set sail across the English Channel. It was the largest naval force ever assembled at that time, a fleet meant to intimidate and destroy. England, by comparison, had far fewer ships, and its soldiers were untested against an enemy of such scale. Elizabeth understood the stakes. She delivered speeches to rally her people, emphasizing courage, unity, and determination. On the eve of battle, she famously addressed her troops at Tilbury. "I know I have the body of a weak, feeble woman, but I have the heart and stomach of a king, and of a king of England too." Her words inspired loyalty, bravery, and confidence among her soldiers and citizens alike. The English fleet, though smaller, was faster and more maneuverable. They used innovative tactics, including long-range cannon fire and fire ships to disrupt the Spanish formation. The English had studied the Channel and used its narrow waters to their advantage. Battles were fought over days, with wind and weather playing a critical role. Storms battered the Spanish ships, while English strategy and knowledge of local waters allowed them to strike repeatedly. The result was a decisive English victory. Ships of the Armada were destroyed, sunk, or driven off course. Thousands of Spanish soldiers drowned or were captured. The defeat of the Armada marked a turning point, not only in Elizabeth's reign, but in European history. England survived against the mightiest naval power in the world, maintaining its independence and securing the future of Protestantism in the nation. Elizabeth's leadership during the crisis was a combination of foresight, strategy, and careful preparation. She balanced diplomacy and intelligence gathering with decisive action. Her advisors, including Sir Francis Drake and Lord Howard of Effingham, executed naval maneuvers precisely, but the Queen's guidance and authority provided the framework for victory. The victory of the Armada solidified Elizabeth's reputation as a strong and capable monarch. She became known as the Virgin Queen, a symbol of independence and authority, ruling without a husband while commanding respect from her people and foreign powers. Her reign, lasting from 1558 to 1603, became a period of exploration, trade, and cultural growth known as the Elizabethan Era. Poets, playwrights, and explorers flourished, including figures such as Edmund Spenser and Sir Francis Drake. Elizabeth I faced other challenges throughout her reign, including internal rebellions, plots against her life, and diplomatic pressure from European powers. She managed these with intelligence and composure, maintaining her authority while keeping England stable and secure. Her careful balance of strength and diplomacy became a model of leadership, inspiring respect and admiration across the continent. When Elizabeth died in 1603, she left no heir, but her legacy endured. England had survived one of its greatest threats, and the nation emerged stronger, entering a golden age of exploration, culture, and influence. Elizabeth I remains remembered not only as a monarch, but as a strategist, a leader, and a symbol of determination in the face of immense danger. Her story reminds the world that true leadership requires courage, intellect, and vision. Elizabeth I was a ruler who shaped history through strategy and foresight, proving that even a small nation could stand against the most powerful empire of its time and prevail.